Welcome to the Windsor Star News Cafe. I'm Julian Revin, here interviewing Vincent Georgie, the Executive Director of the WIFF International Film Festival. There are so many films being shown. I would want to talk to you about every single one.
Yes.
It will be very difficult, so I'm going to narrow it down to 3. I have such a huge love for films. I love comedy, I love drama. For some reason, I always tend to lean towards drama.
Yeah.
So I'm going to narrow it down to 3 films that are being shown.
Okay.
I want to talk to you about 3 films. Sometimes I choose films just for the actor or the actress in the film.
Sure.
Like I love Juliette Binoche. I love Kristen Scott Thomas. Love Robin Wright. So for example, let's talk about the film The Congress. Robin Wright is in this drama. It's a film about an aging out-of-work actress. She accepts one last job, and because of the consequences of her decision, she has to consider how it affects her life, the life of her family. Have you seen The Congress? Can you talk a little bit about it?
Oh, I have. It is a very, very, very special movie because it plays upon the idea of someone trying to essentially live forever and where their identity starts and stops. Robin Wright is essentially playing herself and wondering how she can keep working as an actress for the rest of her life. The film is very inventive. It's weird. It's Twilight Zone-y at times. It blends real universes, fictional universes. It's got a great cast too. You've got Harvey Keitel in it. You've got John Hamm in it. Paul Giamatti shows up. It's a real mind trip of a film. And Robin Wright's obviously from House of Cards. She's very, very, very good in it. It's a very unique, peculiar film. I think the heads will tilt a little bit watching that one. I think it'll be definitely an audience favorite. I do.
Yeah, there's an animation aspect to it.
There is, yeah.
That sort of tripped me up. I thought this is really
different.
Oh
no, the film is trippy. There's no question around that. There's no question around it. That was one of the films when we saw it. We thought it's a miracle someone made this. You know, that's why that one stood out. It's like, wow, who funded this? Like they were courageous people.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What about I'm jumping around on our cameraman here, Dylan, sorry. The first film I thought I would talk about, I just jumped right to The Congress. Let's talk about The Clouds of Sils Maria.
Yeah.
Juliette Binoche.
That's a favorite of mine too.
Why?
One, I mean, Juliette Binoche is an absolute favorite of mine, but the other thing is the film is so polished. It is a beautiful production, and this is one of the cases where the film is as excellent as the performances. It's not just all about the cast. The whole film itself is actually really remarkable. I would say this is like drama with a capital D. So if you're a fan of drama, as you said you were, this is a very good choice. This is a very strong movie.
Yeah, I don't know why. I love comedy, but I love drama. Films where there's some kind of tragedy or there's a reflective aspect to it. The actor or the actress, they come to terms with themselves. Either it's a coming-of-age film. And this struck a chord with me. There's one more I'd like to talk about, Whiplash.
Of course.
And this is also about, I'm hoping the underdog finds his way. It's a film about a promising young drummer. He enrolls at a cutthroat music conservatory. And you wouldn't think that a music conservatory could be that competitive, but it is. He's struggling to become the best drummer he can be, but the instructor just puts him through absolute personal hell, doesn't he?
Oh, absolute personal hell. When we saw this at Toronto, one of our colleagues saw it at Sundance and said it was remarkable, and we saw it at Toronto Film Festival, and we gave it an 8-minute standing ovation at the closing credits. It is such an impressive, engaging, edgy, energetic, risky film. It's so well done. This is going to be the biggest hit of the festival. We have no doubt about it. Really? We are so excited to have this film. It's an absolute unmissable film, right on the edge, and also very serious Oscar discussion around this, including Best Picture. This is a major, major film, Whiplash, absolutely. And I mean, the young actor Miles Teller, who we saw last year at the festival in The Spectacular Now, he's excellent in this. And J.K. Simmons, as the teacher, is just is off the rails good. It's brutal. A very, very, very good film. Very good film.
Excellent. I'm so excited. There's so much to talk about, so many films to be seen. I just had to narrow it down to those 3.
You've picked well.
Thank you. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing all of them. Thank you so much for joining us here in the News Cafe. See you at the movies, everyone.